As mayor, I have the honor and privilege of performing this civil ceremony tonight. We gather here to unite Anna, Simon, and friend Simon in civil union.
My friend, take Anna as my life partner.
And pledge to you my love.
And tonight is a time to celebrate yet again another major milestone on the journey that is the project of your sacred union.
Oh my gosh, it was just a euphoric time. It was really something. And you know, the flash bulbs are going like crazy, and
then our picture was all over the media the next day.
I knew this thing was going to pass eventually, and we would just keep showing up until it did.
So I'm Fran Simon.
I'm Anna Simon.
And we've been together for 18 years. We were the first couple to receive a civil union in Colorado on May 1st, 2013.
And then the first to get married as a same-sex couple in Denver in
2014.
Yes. So we met the way modern people do, an online dating service. But I was doing a postdoc in the Bay Area at UC Davis, and when I met Fran, I pretty quickly thought, you know, this is it.
It took me a little longer till the second date to know.
I grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio. Always felt a little different. Came out to my parents in sophomore year of college. So I'm very fortunate. I had two very supportive parents.
And I grew up in New Jersey and came out that last semester of college. And then I went to Stanford for graduate school and loved the Bay Area. And we knew that we really liked each other a lot. And it was difficult because we knew she was going to be moving shortly, and she was interviewing at the time for jobs all over the country. And then she got the job here in Denver, and she did in fact love Denver and wanted to stay, and so I came a year later. And then Anna said, let's have a baby, and I said, no, we have to get married first.
We're strangely traditional. Even though at that time there were no options at all to get married legally. But
so we started planning our wedding, and we had our wedding in August of 2005. Our religious wedding with a rabbi and our family and closest friends, 100 people, at the Denver Botanic Gardens. It was so beautiful. I didn't think that it was going to make much of a difference, but I really felt different making that commitment in front of our friends and family and the rabbi and God, and even though there was no legal recognition, it was very meaningful.
The tides were already starting to turn in terms of acceptance of LGBTQ families, but obviously the laws had not caught up. We talked about how we were going to refer to each other after, and I asked, you know, can we use wife? And we still didn't feel comfortable with that language.
And just putting it more in historical context, so this was August of 2005, and then in 2006, in the election, the voters of Colorado voted for a constitutional ban on same-sex marriage, and domestic partnerships were defeated. And that lost too, and that was a double whammy. That really hurt.
These are the estate planning stuff that we had to pay a lawyer to amass to try to cobble together some of the protections that marriage would provide.
There were over 1,100 rights that we were not afforded. I'm sure many married people don't even realize that. When I went back and counted all of the different things that we did to cement our relationship in a formal, witnessed way, there were 9.
So by 2007, we had a son and a religious wedding, but no legal recognition of our relationship at all. So we had the court order to put both our names on the birth certificate, something that had not been challenged in court, so was a little tenuous, but that's it.
And then we started testifying for the Civil Unions Bill.
My name is Fran Simon. We're here representing our family. So today, like last year, we are seeking the basic protections a committed couple, not to mention a family with a child, needs.
It seemed like it would pass, and it seemed like there were enough votes, including Republicans, if they would bring the bill to the floor. But they ran out the clock on that session. In 2013, the Democrats had a majority, including in the House, and so that's when it passed. We knew it would, we were pretty confident that it would pass, and that's the year we brought Jeremy, our son. I remember he was 5.5 because he introduced himself. I'm Jeremy Benjamin Simon, I'm 5.5, and these are my moms. The law went into effect May 1st, 2013 at midnight, and we were very honored to be the first couple to receive a civil union in Colorado.
When we arrived with our wedding dresses before midnight, we didn't know that we had been selected to be number one. So first being handed the little piece of paper that said, "You're first in line," it was like, oh my God. And knowing that Mayor Hancock was going to be marrying us and Rabbi Booth Nadav would be participating as well, was just amazing.
And we were fortunate to have Anna's mom there, and obviously Jeremy and some very close friends, and as you could see, lots of reporters and press. Unbelievable. But honestly, we really didn't feel like it was about us. This was a very historic moment, and we felt like we were doing this for everybody. We were very fortunate that we were able to be the first and to do this at all. There's a lot of people who can't be out for one reason or another. We were just very blessed to be in that position and really to do it for the whole LGBTQ community.
We now
Yes.
call each other wife. One of my favorite things, every day, Siri, text my wife that I'm on my way home. The last time we got married, because there was, okay, so there was.
Who gets to marry their loved one over and over again?
I think it was like we got a text from Deb, from the county clerk. We're opening up for marriage in Denver. Do you want to come down? And we're like, yes, and we drop everything. And
We learned a lot. That it's very political, but I don't think these elected officials always think about the people's lives that they're playing with. There were definitely high highs when it passed, and low lows every time it was defeated. The Equality Act, that would provide consistent protections across the states at a federal level for non-discrimination in employment, housing, public accommodations. Well, there's a lot of legislators that have signed on to it, but it hasn't passed at this point.
it happens all the time that people lose their job, lose their housing because of being queer.
You could be married on the weekend and be fired from your job on Monday when you post a picture of your wedding. And we're very fortunate here in Colorado that we have these supportive laws, but in other states that's not the case. We have been together 18 years now, right, honey?
Yes, 18 years.
And our son will be 14 in July. And, life is good. We're continuing to fight for when we see injustices. That's just part of who we are and our Jewish values, and we will continue to do that.
Yeah, there's a saying in Hebrew, tikkun olam, which means to repair the world. And that is our obligation to contribute to tikkun olam.
We're very blessed with where we're at. We're very grateful that we've been able to do what we've been able to do in the fight for marriage equality, and the fight is not over.